even if it's not for a competition, working out gives you so much. You know, as human beings, we're not meant for a sedentary lifestyle. You know, you drive in the car, there's kids, there's work, you know, you're sitting at a desk job the whole day. All these things, you need an outlet for these stresses in your life. You need an outlet that you can go and just turn that mind off and train as hard as you can. Just push your body, see where it goes. You know, that's why when people, you know, get cut off in traffic, if they're people who exercise don't have those fight or flight. I'm a psychology, biology guy, so I kind of think about what's going on in the body. If you don't have any release from those stresses, things like getting cut off in traffic, they can set you off. And the fight or flight comes in, and it's just one of those things that working out is so beneficial, not just on how you look, but, you know, endorphins being released, help, you know, cure depression, so many things out there. If you're struggling with, just get moving. A body in motion stays in motion. And that's what we're gonna be just doing today. So if you can't do all of today's workout, that's great. I have set it up so it's pretty minimal. So for you guys wanting to do a contest out there, don't worry. We're gonna be doing more drop sets, supersets. If you want today, you know, you can make it, you can throw an extra 2 sets in there. If it's too hard, you know, might back off. Main thing is listening to your body. All right, now we're gonna be working calves. Now calves are one of those body parts that comes into play when you start talking about Greek physiques, you know, Greek gods. When I think of a Greek statue, it's somebody that has, you know, a nice tight stomach, good diamond-shaped calves, and then good shoulders. It creates that classic X-frame. So you gotta train calves, and you gotta train them with the same intensity that you would chest or backs or legs. You know, you just can't throw a couple sets in at the end of your workout and call it good. You know, obviously calves are huge genetically too. Some people, you know, do nothing and they have these ginormous calves. Some people train calves all the time and they still have chicken legs. But if you work them hard enough, you're gonna see some improvements in them. You know, for me, I want the same size calves as arms. Right now, my arms are a little bit bigger, so I have to bring up those calves. And how I'm gonna be training them today, I'm doing a couple 3 or 4 sets of warming up on this machine. I generally like an actual standing calf raise. This is more of a modified hack squat type machine, but I'm gonna use it for calves. The most important thing when it comes to calf training is full stretch of the calves, all the way down and all the way up. Now at the bottom, as you're stretching them down, you can keep a little bit of knee bend. That way you can really put the stress all the way on the soleus and then that gastrocnemius, really stretching out the calves all the way at the bottom, and then all the way at the top, coming all the way up on your tiptoes as high as you can, keeping the weight on the balls of your feet, really on your big toe at the end there. But when you do this, weight's gonna be a little bit heavier, so if you need to drop the weight, that's okay. We're here sculpting, we're not pushing weight. So, you know, a couple warm-up sets, we're gonna do 3 working sets, and then we're gonna be moving on to our other 2 calf exercises we're gonna be doing. But we're gonna get after it here. Just a couple warm-up sets to really stretch it out. One thing I like to do in between all my calf sets is just get a good stretch. A good stretch as just in between. I've been contracting them, so I'm just gonna be working them out in between sets. You know, the more you stretch a muscle, the more you can contract it. So we wanna go full range of motion on calves all the way down, and then that contraction, peak contraction at the top. If calves are an area that are a little bit weaker for you, train them a little bit more often. I do think calves and abs recover a little bit faster. They can be trained. You're on your calves all day. You're walking, you know, all day on them. People run on them all day. So your calves are made up of a lot of the slow twitch fibers, and they need a lot of, you know, you can train them heavy and you can train them often if you want them to grow. They're gonna recuperate fast enough. Right now, I'm training mine 3 days a week, along with my abs about 3 days a week. And this is, you know, seen pretty good growth in them. But we're staking into that 8 to 10 reps. We're gonna be doing all sorts of rep ranges, all the way up to 25 or more. But just for today's purposes, we're gonna be building that base. 8 to 10 reps is a pretty good general rule of thumb for building strength and building muscle. If you need, you know, those extra attention in your calves, come back later on the day or train them first. But make sure that you're hitting them with that same intensity. If you want something to grow, you have to put in the time and effort. And I'll change up my foot placement. Sometimes I'll turn my toes in. You know, I don't know exactly if the science is true on that, but turning your toes in should work more of the outside of the calf muscle. Turning your feet out should work more of the inside of the calf. but you know, you're always going to be working your calves on the entirety. But if you think that you do feel it more, I generally tend to do it just because I grew up thinking that. All right, we're gonna do our next set. I did just hit arms, so I'm a little bit fatigued. Carbs right now still are pretty high, so the pump's been good today. My energy levels have been good all day. As we start, you know, manipulating carbs, you're gonna have a couple days where you feel like crap in the gym, and you're just gonna have to push through it. You know, anyone can work out, anyone can be happy when everything's fine. You know, it's the people that can push through things and get the same results out of not having as much are the people that are going to see the most results. You know, when you're low carb, or you know, if you're not really feeling good, but you know you should go to the gym, you know, those are the people that I want on my team. Those are the people that's the type of person I want to be too. That you know, creates their own destiny, doesn't let things affect them. You know, it's more of an inside out. I'm going to affect everyone else around me. I'm not going to let those people affect me. And that's how you gotta think. You know, am I someone that is decided by my environment around me, or do I act on my environment? So you know, it's gonna be hard the next 12 weeks, but we're gonna be better off for it. Our second calf exercise today, we're gonna be doing seated calf raises. We're gonna be doing 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps. You know, this is a really good one. I feel like it isolates more of that lower part of the calf, that soleus muscle. You know, your calf muscles, some people genetically have higher, lower, but you know, ideal calf muscles, you're gonna have both. You're gonna have both that lower calf and also that nice full upper calf. Everything clearly defined. I mean, nobody's perfect. That's why we're in here. You know, that's the beauty of coming to the gym. It's something it's always a work in progress, and it isn't, you know, the final results in the mirror that necessarily matter much as how you're feeling about yourself. Don't get me wrong, we love looking good, we love being aesthetic, but it's more important to be feeling healthy and to feel like you've accomplished something every day when you set foot in the gym. 3 sets here. Good full stretch all the way down, all the way up. Again, you can change up your foot placement on each one. Minutes rest. As we get a little bit further into this training, we start to notice that I use a lot of rest pause on calves. I feel like they recover a little bit faster, and I'll just do 10 rest pause, do 8 rest pause, and go on. But like I said, real basic trainer right now. You can start this trainer at any level, and you're gonna see good results in things. Man, woman, you know, pretty much any age group. I started lifting early. You know, my dad had me doing push-ups, elementary, middle school. I started lifting in middle school as I think a 7th grader. I benched 225, and I was one of those freaks. You know, in 8th grade, you know, I had pretty good muscular development, and you know, even in high school, I got, oh, you're on steroids. You know, I had acne too as a kid, so people were always like, oh, he's got to be on steroids. He's got to be on steroids, and you know, it used to bother me. Now I look at it as a compliment. So take it or leave it. Always been clean, always been natural. We'll stretch awkwardly in the gym and just see who notices. All right. I meant to do that. All right, so after I'm all done with weights, actually cardio is one of those things that is always debated on so many forums, and no, you gotta do empty morning, empty stomach cardio post-workout, or you gotta come back and do cardio at a different time. The thing of it is, you have to do what's optimal for you. If it's better to wake up and do it first thing in the morning, wake up and doing it first thing in the morning is fine. If it's good to do it post-workout for you, do a post-workout. Just get some form of cardio in. In this contest prep, in this trainer, I want you guys doing lower intensity or LISS, low intensity steady state cardio, either on a treadmill, pretty much your form of cardio. Anything you want, make it a cardio cocktail. I get bored doing low intensity stuff. I love my high intensity stuff for sports. but I do think low intensity has its place. With all the lifting and resistance trainings we're going to be doing, it's going to be pretty hard on your immune system, on your central nervous system. It's going to be pretty taxing. So if you're going to be cutting calories, lifting weights heavy, and then doing a high intensity interval training session on top of that, your nervous system is going to take a hit. So 2 days a week, I want you to do low intensity. 30 to 40 minutes walking on a treadmill at a little bit of an incline, or elliptical, or bike. Pretty much anything you want. You could jog. Just don't do it to the point where you're really taxing yourself. I want you to be able to carry on a decent conversation as you're doing it. And then 2 days a week on your days off from weights, I want you to be doing something in the form of high intensity. Downhill skiing that's really intense, high intensity sprints, basketball for an hour, you know, something that is going to be getting that heart rate up to, you know, for me it's going to be up to like 170, 160. Do that for a minute, something extremely difficult, sprints all out for 30 seconds, and then, or 30 seconds to a minute, and then doing something, walking moderately for a minute or something. Or like I said, if you're downhill skiing, just being active, being very active, very, and it's going to be on your day off from weights, so you don't have to worry about, you know, saving any energy for the weights. That's going to be your only thing on your day off. But this is the time of the day where I'll bust out my phone and I'll answer emails, I'll answer questions, I'll watch TV. You know, if you have a way of doing it at home, you can, you know, play your Xbox while on the bike. But cardio is one of those things that's, it's not a whole lot of fun, but when your goal is to drop weight, you need to do a little bit of it. It's also, you know, good for your heart. So I'm gonna knock out about half hour here. Right now I'm just doing it post-workout. I did get my protein shake and jumping on this now. All right, time to stretch it out. We just tore up our arms and calves, did a little cardio. Now we're just gonna lightly stretch things out. This is the hard part, you know, I always wanna just walk out of the gym after the fun of, you know, getting your pump on and everything like that. But this is important because working your muscles, you know, breaking them down, stretching them out, breaking them down, they're now in a bundle. And if you use one of these, you can tell, let's say, you know, I just did legs actually a couple days ago. So by using a foam roller, for those who haven't used one, you want to stretch out until you want to roll on it until you find a really sore spot. And then you just hold it there. And it hurts like heck, but that pressure on the muscle will have that muscle relax those bundles that are all bunched up and help them realign back to where they were, that actin and myosin. And you do this and oh, it's painful, especially after a leg day, but it really helps with soreness and with flexibility as well. It's definitely not the fun part of it, but you'll feel a lot better each day that you do it. And you can do it pretty much, you know, hitting any muscle. I just worked the outside of my quad there on my tensor fasciae lata. No, what is that? My IT band. Sorry, it's been a while since I took anatomy. But here we're just going to be doing my adductors. And you just go until you find that spot, and then you just hold it there for about 20 seconds until pretty much it doesn't hurt anymore. And then you know your muscles are relaxing. It's kind of pretty much the same premise as a deep tissue massage or the active release massage that you guys will see me get one. I like to get one about once a month just because of the benefits. If you're working out a lot and you have all these tight muscles and these knots and everything, this is just working out all of those knots. Oh, my lower back, right there. You just hurts so bad. But don't skip the stretching. You know, there's different components of physical fitness, and right now, and especially for what I do with men's physique, and you know, I want it to be big enough but also lean enough. But I definitely think there are other components of physical fitness that I want to tackle in my life. You know, like endurance. I really want to do a triathlon one day. I think CrossFit's fun. It's definitely a sport, and there is always that risk of injury when talking about something like triathlons or CrossFit. But you know, you have muscular strength, you have muscular endurance, you have flexibility. There's all sorts of different things, you know, gymnastics, different things that come and are a part of physical fitness. So we don't want to be just narrow-minded as bodybuilders. Be someone who's healthy and that has, you know, can walk upstairs and is flexible and does yoga. These are all things that I like to implement in my training. Just keep it switched up. Because anytime your body wants homeostasis, and that's staying the same. So if you're doing the same workout over and over again, your body's gonna adapt to things. So throwing a wrench in there, something like skiing, you're so sore the next day, but if you go skiing every day, your body reacts to that and you know, it gets used to it. So the key is to always be confusing your muscles. And that is a wrap on the Swoldier Nation. Arms, calves, cardio, and a little bit of stretching. And I put this gum in at the beginning of the workout to put on my game face. And I just toss it out again. Back to Happy Steve. But no, it's just, you know, it's my way of starting and ending my workout, just mindset that I like to get into when I'm not ready for this cold right now. But thanks for following that. It's day one in the books. Beginning, you know, that first step is always the most important in the journey. So glad you guys were able to watch. Hit me back with some feedback, and as the weeks go on, it's going to be getting a little bit harder. The only easy day was yesterday. I hate this dude right now. He haunts me everywhere. I go into a grocery store and he's always there staring me back in the face. He looks so angry. He's just like, you don't look like this right now. And while I might not want to ever, you know, well, I'll look like that again, but that's really not livable all the time. And I want to tell you guys that, you know, you manipulated water and carbs for that shoot, but it's good motivation to get back on it. So, all right, we'll see you back here next episode.